we've been close, but today I broke out the refuse to lose. I don't care what you do, how you do it, refuse to lose. When it's late in the game, refuse to lose. We had timeouts. We called them instead of throwing the ball away. The other thing that was really, we're 4-3 the last 7. We lost to the 1 team, the 2 team, and the 6 or 7 team. That's who we lost to. And this team was a top 10 team. If they beat us today, they probably were 8 or 9. So that was a big time win. But you know what? Now we got to finish. Yes, we won 4 out of 7, 4-3. Let's keep going now. So good win, though. Yes.
The John L and Big Z were just up here and they spoke about, the message after halftime, limit the 3-point shooters, rebound. Just how pleased were you with that change in the second
Yeah,
half?
they did great. Look, they still, if you give a kid that can really shoot and you're late putting up your hand, don't keep your hand up. Like to say, my hand was up. No, it was not. He had a free look at the rim. Second thing is, if he gets it off, you're wrong. So don't come over and say anything to me. You're wrong. He has to bounce the ball. And if he doesn't bounce the ball, then you're wrong. You shouldn't be in the game. But I thought Jonas rebounded and did some good things. I mean, they all played pretty well. They all did some good stuff. So when Nelly and DJ and you got Billy and Carter, and they give us pretty good guard play, wing play, we're usually pretty good. Now, Auburn, Z obviously went 0 for 10. But today we made free throws. The stuff we're working on, they're carrying over. Do you remember this game last time we played these guys? You guys all asked, why'd you only get to the line 8 times and they got 30? Well, it's, again, some of it is if you're playing the right way, then they better make those calls. But we're attacking the basket. How about this? I know we're a college team. We're a team that's trying to do something special. We're working on layups every day. And you go, layups? Are you not watching our games? We're missing 10, 12 layups a game. Layups. So we're working on it. We were, what I told them at halftime, guys, we were 1 for 10. 1 for 10 from the 3. And it's a 2-bucket game, 2-bucket game. So just play. We'll make some shots. In the second half, we made some shots, but
Seemed like right away there was a really good mindset with the team. I mean, John L was diving on the floor. I mean, do you feel like it took a little while for maybe that desperation to click, or is it something you guys have had and it was just transition
no,
to
I
a
mean,
win tonight?
they're trying to figure out who they are. It's hard to be aggressive when you're in your own space. When you're in our space, you can go do whatever you're doing. You know how we want you to play, go play. You're going to make mistakes. Next play, keep going. But you're into us, the scout. You're into us, effort and diving and doing it. And we had guys that were either trying to play perfect, you ready, or playing not to lose. Prevent defense in football, it prevents you from winning. And in basketball, when you're playing not to lose, 8 out of 10, you lose. You got to play to win. You got to stay aggressive. You got to make the plays that are there. Yes, you got to work the clock, but you're playing to win. You're working the clock for a reason. You want them to foul you, and then you go to the line and you make 2. So, look, everybody watching this team knows we're getting better. Now we just got to finish. Now we got the greatest thing about this league. Every time you play, it's a quad 1 game. The worst thing about this league, every time you play, it's just ridiculously hard. But these kids, they're resilient. Let me say it again to the fans. They're resilient because we've struggled. I mean, we just lost 3 in a row now to really good teams, but we still lost 3 in a row. But they're resilient. They were here. I'm begging them to come back for this Texas game because it's going to be just as hard. It's not what they did to Missouri. It's what they did to my kids, to build them up, to pump them up, to keep them going. That's what that building is. And I'll tell you what, they were great today.
Yeah, DJ and Big Z talked about you and the 1990 Final Four team coming and talking to the team. Just what was your mindset getting them to speak to the team, and kind of how did your team respond?
Well, I
to
went
that?
to the dinner last night, and if you were there, I mean, they shed some tears now. I mean, they shed tears and they hugged each other. You know, I love you. I mean, I told the team, you understand that's how you're going to be 35 years from now with this team. The same way. There's only one group going through what we're going, and it's that team. And the adversity we've faced, the ups and downs of this, they all got through it. And by getting through it, they're going to be better for it later. 35 years later, that team was there. I invited them to the shoot around. Most of them came. And they came to the shoot around, and then Hawk did it on his own. Come over here. And Hawk went nuts. It was like, you're going to, and I listened, and I said, great job. And Todd Day was in there. And then after the game, they came in the locker room, and I said, Hawk, I need you here Wednesday. Shoot around. Do the same thing. Get these guys going. But I think the kids wanted to win for them too. And I've even said, Hunter and I have talked a little, we got to start retiring some of these numbers. You know what I'm saying? Because this program is not about me and the coaches. Even though we've done what we're supposed to do, we haven't made a basket. This program is about those players, and that's when you put numbers in the stands or in the rafters. And so that's the next phase of this. Just keep honoring the teams and what they've done. I've got a bust going in my office of Coach Richardson, Coach Sutton, a nice bust that they're going to be in there. I'm on their shoulders, but these players are on all these players' shoulders. So it was great to see, and great that they're honored. I appreciate the university and the athletic department and Hunter doing what they did. Nice dinner last night, Matt, right? And it was emotional, wasn't it? So
You mentioned Big Z going 0 for 10 the last game. Just what did you see from him in practice leading up to tonight, and just how big was it to see him score
he
20?
just told me, I'm not going 0 for 10 again, Coach. I promise you. And I believed him. You know, I believe in him. I believe in all these guys. Now, they'll drive me crazy at times, but the reality of it is I believe in what they're capable of doing. And what they did today, wish we'd have got that one Saturday. You know, come on. 1 point lead, 3 minutes. Let's do something. Let's finish this. But we had to get one. Let's get this one. Now we got how many do we have left? Only 4 games? Are you sure? Uh-oh, you're looking around. Is it right? 4 games? So, yeah. So it's 2 at home, 2 on the road then? Okay.
Y'all forced only 9 turnovers at Missouri last time. You forced 18 tonight. Just how critical was that to tonight's result?
Big bunch of deflections. We had 16 deflections at halftime. 16. That means you're on par to get 30 deflections. You get 30 deflections, you're probably going to win the game. But the biggest thing, what they told you, halftime. There's only one way they beat you is threes. And you don't rebound. So let's rebound and take away their threes and see where this goes. Kids fought. Happy for them. You know, all their work, and they are spending extra time. They're coming in on their own with coaches, and they're doing extra. You got to feel some success. You know, after a while, it's, you know, this isn't, you know, I'm just proud of them because that's a resilient group. And forget about just the expectations from here. How about the expectations in their world? You know, I respect them for what they go through.
You talked about putting Z and Jonas on the court a couple of games ago. You finally did it tonight. How did you feel it go? How did you feel it went? And how much have you guys worked on that in practice at all?
Not a whole lot, but I just said, Z, you're going to be the 4 and Jonas is the 5. And I did some double screens and some horns and some things that 2 bigs can do. But again, if a guy's not playing, Like he's not coming up with the rebound, then why not play those two? Now, later, because the only way they could beat us is shooting threes, that's when I went back to just one at a time. And I tried to have Z on offense and Jonas on defense.
Anything you could provide us about Adu? I mean, clearly, like not 100% and left the game
Yeah,
and did not return.
His back's bothering him. Okay, thank you.